Hello Internet, it's Tech Guy here with another video. This video is another Nintendo video. I didn't plan on doing another one so soon, but I thought this was relevant to do a video on the fact that Club Nintendo is shutting down. So I just want to give you my thoughts and impressions and stuff like that and explain what's happening for Club Nintendo in the future. So let's get into it. So basically the details. If you don't know what Club Nintendo was, then there's basically no point in you listening to this, but just to bring you up to speed, Club Nintendo was a royalty reward program that people could put a pin, which isn't like a little cardboard fold-out thing that came with every single game ever since Mario Kart Wii in April 2008. And I even got one of these pins the very first day that Mario Kart Wii came out, because I got that game the day it came out, so I was one of the first in the world to actually get a pin, or at least in Australia, on that day. So you put the pin into an account that you set up online, so you get stars, or what it's called coins in America, to exchange for physical goods, and there's very few digital items that you get as sort of like a token for purchasing all of their games because of the cost they are and that. So you generally get like 250 stars, or at least I did, for the average game that you redeem. That's for like a 3DS or a Wii U or a Wii game or something like that. To claim for items anywhere from 50 stars all the way up to 2,500 stars, something like a CD. I've even got things like the Super Mario 3D World soundtrack through this service and that, because I've saved up a lot of stars over time. I've almost had 6,000 stars in total over the past 6 or more years, so yeah, I've been quite attached to it and that, and the biggest thing that I've got through it was the soundtrack, obviously, but I'm obviously going to have to spend the rest of my stars soon, because the next thing I'm going to go on and talk about is now what? So basically Nintendo is going to make a replacement for this service, which should be released by the end of this year, which is 2015. People who sign up to the new service once released will get Flipnote Studio 3D for the 3DS for free. Also, to keep in mind, the following dates are for Australia. Check your local Nintendo website for details, or you would have got an email like me explaining that the service is going down and these are the key dates to remember. At least this is what it is in Australia. 1st of April, they will start putting pins in with games and stuff. On the 20th of April, they will terminate the registration of digital products downloaded from the Nintendo eShop. And from the 30th of September, they will completely shut down everything. So you'll lose your account, which you don't need to delete. You'll lose all your remaining stars and stuff, and it will just be completely forgotten. So where to next? I honestly believe that they will be bringing back a new service that is tied to your Nintendo Network ID, because there was an email around a fortnight ago, at least when I was recording this video, telling people to make a Nintendo Network ID if they had not already done it, and by doing so they get a free summer Mario wallpaper for free that they could get on their 3DS. I imagine that they will still have some physical rewards, but the vast majority of these rewards will probably be along the lines of digital downloads and all of that, because it seems to be the route that they're taking. At least they're introducing a lot more downloadable things through the Nintendo eShop. There's things like Pokemon Shuffle and all of that. That seems to be like the next Candy Crush. Maybe they could be doing some reward system through that for purchasing all of these main retail games and stuff. There could be 50,000 things that they could come up with. So what could they offer? There could be, in terms of digital downloads, 3DS themes, which is something that I would really like to see. Old virtual console games, so that would be like for the NES and SNES. Downloadable soundtracks, so you can port them into your iTunes or whatever music manager you have. They would have to do it through as like downloadable files as MP3 files and all of that, because if they restricted it to just iTunes, that is basically saying, well, if you don't have an Apple device, then bugger off. But in the age of so many platforms and all that across mobile, surely what they should be doing is giving you downloadable MP3 or AAC files or whatever they want to do, and then you import them into the service that you want, you sync them onto the devices that you want, and you enjoy the content in the way that you want to. You could even sync them to your 3DS or something like that. And also they could do stuff like Nintendo eShop vouchers. So they might bring back like the Star system or something like that, but they might call it something completely different. I'm not sure what they would use. You'd have to exchange like points or something for eShop vouchers and then it would get added to your account, but because it's all tied to your Nintendo Network ID, it's all seemingly integrated and all that. So I reckon that would be a really good route that they could go down, and then give you the flexibility of deciding what you want to spend them on. So whether or not you want to get them all, spend it all on themes, or if you want to get some virtual console games or something like that, then the choice should be up to you. But they could also do physical redemption, so things like faceplates for the new 3DS, which I'm surprised they're not introducing that in America, because I thought that would be a really huge thing in that, but presumably there's been a huge amount of sales for the XL model since that was released in America, so I'm sure that's why they've gone down that route. They've got the new 3DS and the new 3DS XL in Australia, and I honestly went for the XL, and I do love the fact I went for it because of the bigger screen and all that. Yes, the smaller one's got the customizable plates, it's got a higher pixel per inch count and all that. But at the end of the day, if you're immersed into a game like that, all these pixel things and all that shouldn't be anywhere near as much of an issue because you'll just be hooked on the game. But they could also do things like cases for the 3DSs, for the normal and the XL, and they can even do t-shirts and stuff like that. So there's one at the moment, or at least in Australia's Club Nintendo at the moment, to use up your stars and that, is a shirt that has silhouette things from the loaded screens on Mario Kart 8, which I thought was a really, really cool design. So this is all what they could offer, but the thing is that when I heard about this whole announcement and all that, I thought, well, hang on a second, what's also been really big news in terms of what Nintendo should be doing in the future? Is there a little thing called mobile applications? So Nintendo, you need to adapt to the times of mobile applications. And they probably already know this, they're all probably already working on it, because of iOS and Android, and this new service that they could be bringing out, this new royalty program that they could be bringing out, could be part of the solution. Maybe it could be the ultimate application for Nintendo stuff in terms of keeping track of your account, seeing who's online and playing and all of that. You can post about your Miiverse and stuff like that. Redeem your games for the Wii U and the 3DS through there. You can then get access to limited NES and SNES virtual console games on smartphones, but they're not going to do anything newer than that because they'll claim, well, it's a smartphone, you can't really play any of those games on a phone, to justify why they're still selling home entertainment consoles and handheld consoles and stuff like that. But they could at least put the NES and SNES games where appropriate on the iPhone and Android. I don't think they'll support Windows Phone, but they'll definitely do iOS and Android. But this is definitely the route I reckon they should go down in terms of the use of mobile applications to work alongside the new service. So I'm sure they've been thinking about this for a long time, but I really do think this is what's going to happen. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to be A, pleasantly surprised, and B, quite annoyed. But I will be surprised, obviously, when they announce it and all that, of like, you've listened to us, so thank goodness. So, sad to end on a rant. But the one final thing I want to mention is, when will we hear about it? So in terms of this new royalty program, it's probably going to be either during the Nintendo Direct, or what I feel is more likely, is to be E3 2015's Nintendo Direct, so they can announce their launch of the mobile applications, which would be a major announcement. And really at E3, that's when you do have all of your major announcements and all that, and you really announce a lot of your major games for the next financial year. In terms of major games that are coming out, you announce new consoles at that event and all that, so it would almost be the perfect time for them to announce it, even if it takes up 5, 6, 7 minutes of the Direct itself. It's all it needs to be. And then they'll just say, go to your Nintendo website for more details. That's all they need to do in terms of announcing it. But I reckon if I had to put money on it, I would put the fact that they will announce it at E3 this year. But obviously I don't need to. I'm not a betting person. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video. The question for you, the audience, is, what do you want to see in Nintendo's next royalty program? So, in the successor to Club Nintendo, what do you want to see from it? Leave a comment below, or you can tweet me at TechGuy1212, or send me a message through Google Plus or anywhere. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a like, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future. Hopefully more videos on Nintendo and all that, especially during the E3 coverage and all that. Hopefully when I hope to see this announcement for this new royalty program. And until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you later.